Hi, and welcome to Soap Scoop, the Inside Soap podcast. We are very excited to have a very special guest with us today. It is the one and only, it's the soap legend herself, former landlady of the Rovers, Miss Sally Ann Matthews. Sally Ann Matthews, welcome to Soap Scoop.
Thanks for having me. It's very exciting.
Very excited.
I don't know whether I've ever done like a vlogcast podcast before.
It's a whole new world for all of us. How's it?
Well, it's one I love.
Absolutely. What are you up to? Because you've got an exciting job on at the moment, post Corrie, and we're going to talk about Corrie, obviously, because of a long history with the show. But at the moment, something a little bit different going on, and
Very different.
I don't want to say it's a tragedy, but that's a little cue. Please tell us what you're up to.
Well, my nails might also give it away. They're very, very pink. I'm in the land of the pinkness. I'm in Here and Now, the Steps musical. And as a lifelong Steps fan and a big musical theatre fan, this was just a dream job. My agent rang and said, "How do you feel about going on tour?" And I went, "What is it?" And he said, "It's the Steps." I went, "Yes," straight away, without even thinking about it.
A no-brainer.
Total no-brainer, and probably the best decision I've ever made. It's the most joyous job.
Well, tell us about the show, because it's like got the music of Steps in it, but it's not about Steps.
No, it's not about. I'm not Claire.
Are you not Claire?
I'm not Claire. No, if you think of Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia has got nothing to do with ABBA. So this is essentially, it's the same premise. And our story is set in Better Best Bargains supermarket. And I play Patricia, who is the proprietor. She's got a touch of the hyacinth bouquets about her. I'm the proprietor of the supermarket. And we follow our four main characters through a summer of love and their lives, their loves, their losses. And every 2 minutes, an appropriate Steps song is burst into, and you know what? They are banger after banger after banger, and there's so many in Steps back catalogue, and they're sung slightly differently, as in Mamma Mia. Tragedy opens at 2, and it's sang as a bit of a war cry, really, bit of a rallying cry, and that works brilliantly. Yeah, and Better the Devil You Know's in there, which is sung by a group of electricians. Don't even get me started on what happens in Chain Reaction. That is probably the campest thing I've ever seen on a stage.
It sounds like it's fun. Like, obviously the show's really, it launched a little while ago. You're on this amazing UK and Ireland tour for the first part of 2026. It does sound like like you say, a lot of camp old fun and a big night out. How would you describe a night out to see Here and Now?
You know what, there's been such a mix, because I joined the tour for the second leg. So they'd already been doing it for a few months, about 5 months before I joined. So I got to watch the show a lot during my rehearsal process. So I saw the audience demographic, and it was so varied. There are youngsters there with their parents. Then there were old couples there. And there was one old lady with, fresh perm set done, grey hair, and there's one bit in the show where Ben puts his leg up on a bin. Well, she thought that was the funniest thing she's ever seen, and little shoulders were going like this. And then you've got a lot of gay men there, and then you've got a lot of girls there who have grown up with Steps. You've got a lot of mums who've had a bit of a prosecco brunch coming, but the show's got real heart. I mean, there's one song in it that I cry at every night. So you really do become invested in these four people. And then at the end of the show, after the finale, after the bows, we've got a 10-minute mega mix.
Oh my goodness.
Where the entire theatre, whether you like it or not, is on its feet and dancing. And of course, everybody knows the Steps. They're all giving it, one for sorrow, they're all doing all that. And there is nothing better than 1,700 people at the end of it just going, the feeling's amazing.
And are you all singing, all dancing? Like, are you involved? Is there choreography? Is there costume, like elaborate costumes?
Yes. I mean, I'm very much on I'm very much on the coattails of all the ones who are talented. Is what I
am now.
And then I get to feel like a pop star for 5 minutes at the end. So I do a bit of singing and a bit of dancing. I'm too old to sustain what those youngsters are doing. Crikey, it's a lot. A very physical show. So it's demanding on them physically. It's demanding on them vocally. It's a show, but it's massive. The scale of it is huge. We've got 5 lorries with stuff in. The costumes alone, or the crew backstage, because you go to as Maureen's just said, going to the theatre is expensive. And I think as a show, you have a responsibility to your audience to give them value for money. And I think a lot of the time it's not evident what is going on in the wings. Hopefully, I think people will see. I mean, again, you shouldn't really see the join, should you? Like the ensemble, if they're not on stage, they're off doing a very quick change and they're back on in a different costume. And there's people that are changing them to do that. So it's a collaborative effort. It always is cliche to say we're like a family, but this is a incredible group of people, really is. And I think that also transfers to the stage. I think you can see everyone's joy, and that does transfer to the audience as well. So
Yeah, people love it.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Can you tell?
Oh, I'm so excited. I really want to come and see it as well. I've been meaning to.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, very exciting stuff. Patricia sounds a bit like she's got a touch of the Jennies or the Annie Walkers. Like,
yeah. Oh yes, yeah, exactly that.
Tell us more about the character, and was it, how much of a change from Jenny is it? Because you were Jenny for so long. What's it like playing someone new? But what have you tapped into a bit of inner Jenny? It sounds like maybe you have.
I think potentially it wasn't a scary jump to get to another character, if you see what I mean. She's definitely got a touch of the Jenny, but she's much more severe in an Annie Walker way. Yeah. But she's also in the show, she's having an affair with a Frenchman.
Oh, it's a bit of sauce.
So
a bit of a saucy.
She's très saucy. Every 2 minutes she's getting a text message off her Patrice, if you like. And she bursts into French every now and again with a northern accent. You know, a bit like Abby Antot. So she's that level of camp.
Oh my God.
So yeah, she's not a million miles removed from Jenny. She's just, if you think of Jenny at the height of her campness, treble it.
Amazing. And I feel you're leaning into this, so you really embraced the full-on comedy for it, because obviously Corrie is a bit of everything. One day you're laughing, one day you're smiling, and there was so much drama. But Corrie is, you know, one of its big brand values is that humor. And back to something lighter, I guess, after all the drama.
Yeah, definitely. This is Patricia is not for a second crying. Not for a second. She's having the best time. She gets a little cross at some point, but and even when she's down on her luck at one point. But she's down on her luck and she's wearing flamingo slippers.
I think that's the life lesson for us all. If you're sad, wear flamingo slippers.
Stick on a pair of pink fluffy flamingo slippers. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do that.
Works for me.
I'm gonna do that right after this interview. So you mentioned you're a Steps fan. Have you met the actual Steps as part of this job? Tell us.
I've met Claire. So I took my niece in 2000. She was about 6 years old, to the NEC in Birmingham to watch Steps. It was her first concert. Then in 2017, when they reformed, she took me to the O2. And then we went again a few years later. She's got a little boy now, Finley, and he's 5. He's coming to see the show in a few weeks' time. So I'd met Claire, gosh, must be 20 years ago now, at that kind of in-between stage, I think, of Steps. And so we had a mutual friend. And so we've kind of kept in touch, and on social media kept in touch. And it was Claire who suggested me for the job.
Oh, wow. So you got personal vouching from one of Steps. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's not bad. I got the phone call, and I messaged Claire. I said, I've just had a phone call about Patricia. And she went, and will you do it? She said, it was me. I put you up for the job, she had not said anything to me. It was so nice, because the musical theatre, I've never done a musical before. And it's a world I wouldn't necessarily have looked at going into. But now I'm hooked.
It's come your way. That's so amazing. And yeah, I mean, great.
Yeah.
The timing of everything, like, it's really sounds like this is a joyous job. It was meant to.
Serendipitous.
Very, very. I mean, you've done a lot of theatre in the past, obviously, but not. Yeah. I'm surprised you've not done a musical. Like, this is genuinely your first musical thing you've done.
Yeah, I've done plays with music, which are not the same thing at all. But yeah, since the news broke that I was doing it, but we've had inquiries from other musicals. So this might be a whole new world for me.
A whole new world. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And is it nice to be back on stage? Because obviously I know that's it. That's your bread and butter going way back.
Yeah.
You've been international celebrity, Sally Ann, your entire life. Obviously, we know. What's it like?
I'm very old. Thanks for that.
Legend. Was it nerve-wracking?
No, it wasn't at all. I think there was a number of reasons why it wasn't, because they'd already done it. And they'd had a 3-week break, and then we came back and started in Southampton, which is where I met everybody on the Monday. And then I wasn't going on till the Friday. So I got to watch the show. I got to be in the wings with them. I got to know them all. That on the Friday when I went on, I just felt really super safe. I knew they all had me. And then there's that other factor of ordinarily on an opening night, everybody's nervous. So I didn't have anybody else's nerves to soak up. So yeah, it was the most stress-free opening night I've ever had.
Oh,
it was brilliant.
That's amazing. And have you had any Corrie pals come to see you, or are they planning to come and see you?
They're planning to come and see me. So we had Michael and Gemma from Coronation Street. They came to see me on my second show on the Saturday. They said they wouldn't come on the Friday. I was like, great, thanks. And then I've got Adam Blees, our Dirk. He's coming to see the show this weekend. And then I know Lucy Fallon and Charlie, John, they're all coming. I think they're coming to either Blackpool or Leeds, because we don't come to Manchester. The show opened in Manchester last September, and obviously I wasn't in it then. So I think, they're coming to Blackpool or Leeds in a couple of weeks' time, which will be nice.
So a bit of a reunion.
Yeah,
it will be nice.
Yeah, and Colson, I think he's coming. Colson's coming to Leeds, I think. Yeah.
R.I.P. Tinker, by the way, you just mentioned.
R.I.P. Tinker. But isn't he flying? And also, just again, for him, I did his radio show a few weeks ago, and he's so good at that. He's so good at it. He's in Colson's in his element. It's what he wanted to do and present. So
and it can be
really pleased for him.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being Tinks all these years, he's so great. He's got such a lot of personality. It's him. So
warmth. He's just such a genuine guy. So yeah, it's really lovely to see.
Yeah. Obviously, Jenny did survive. Unlike PC Tinker, she did not get bludgeoned to death, which is quite good for us. So we miss Jenny. We've spoken many times over the years. Jenny's been part of everyone's lives really for a long time.
Yeah, it's weird to think of it like that, but yeah. So many people watched me grow up. Yeah.
I don't want to, make you feel old, because you're not old. But we did have the 40th anniversary of your first appearance recently, I believe, on the street.
Yeah.
Did you mark that? How did that feel, or did you not? Does it not really register?
I don't. It's funny because I don't think of it as, it's sometime in January, isn't it? And I don't think of it as that. I think of it as the 15th of December, because that was the day I started. Yeah. So I always think of it as the 15th of December. Yeah. So I think I didn't mark it, but it did certainly remember back to being ready and waiting, because I was 15, waiting for the taxi, and I was ready a good 20 minutes early, and I was kind of walking up and down the garden path, waiting for this taxi, desperate to get there. And then a dog came by, and I kind of petted I had grey trousers on, I remember. I petted this dog, and then the dog went and jumped up at me and put his dirty paws on my grey trousers. So all I remember doing is going, and then seeing the taxi and running inside and trying to scrub my trousers. That was my kind of,
your introduction.
My memories. It was all calm and chill, and then, which is pretty much like my life most of the time.
Well, that's very soap character, isn't it? You think everything's going fine, and then a dog just jumps up on you and puts muddy paws.
Yeah.
Oh my
goodness.
Yeah. Those early days, and I was actually fortunate enough to be at the Dominion Theatre when Barbara Knox was doing her audition.
Right. Okay.
We sent a lovely message to say, "Hi, Barbara. Have a lovely evening." Obviously, Barbara Knox was a huge part of your time on Corrie. Remember about meeting her? Was that the first time you met? Was your first day?
No, she wasn't there my first week, because unfortunately Barbara was ill. So at the 11th hour, everything changed, and all of my first scenes were with Thelma that first week. But we used to do, everything was shot within the week. And it was only 2 eps. So you do 2 eps every week. It might have actually been the Christmas break.
Oh, so it was a while. Well. It wasn't immediate.
It could well have been a few weeks before I actually met Barbara.
Yeah. And
I think
you've always said, she took you under her wing and all of that. And Jenny and Rita's relationship is so special to, people who grew up with it like I did. How different is Barbara to Rita, or are they kind of one and the same, glamorous, brilliant legend?
I mean, yeah, glamorous, funny. Because Rita's got that real funny side to her.
Very Rita.
Yeah. Barbara's the same. Barbara's exactly the same. I think probably Barbara's naughtier.
In what way? Tell us.
That she's cheekier. Her use of language sometimes can be a little colourful, more colourful than Rita's.
Let's get that there.
And she's got, but in a way that she'll drop a word in, and suddenly it'll just be funnier. She does it for comic effect, and it can be bloody funny.
I I love that.
So that's what I mean where she's cheeky and naughty.
Yeah, a bit cheeky and naughty. Over the years, that was one of probably Jenny's most important relationship in her life was with Rita.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
It was up and down, but when it got to such a lovely place, I think, for them in the latter sort of years and up to your exit, which was really that you had that lovely theme with her. Jenny, like, do you still pinch yourself that Jenny ran the flipping Rovers Return? Like, did you think in 1985, in December 85, I'm going to be like following the footsteps and only walking all these people? How do you look back on that and think, I did that? You did it for a long time.
To be honest, I don't, because it was never on my radar. It was never, I was just a jobbing actor. So I was just working, and within that, it didn't matter where. Obviously, there are certain sets you would rather be in for ease of work or enjoyment of work rather than status, if you see what I mean. I loved working in the Rovers because there were lots of little areas where I could have my bits.
Yes.
So it's quite, whereas when we lived in Johnny's flat, I didn't like that set at all. It was always very awkward to come in through the front door. So the difference in the Rovers is there were so many places you could come in and out of. In a lot of the sets, your entrance has to be the same way and your exit has to be the same way. And your kind of pretty much your movement through has to be the same way. In the Rovers, you could really mix it up. So I think I like that as a set. I never ever worked in Speed Dial, ever. Never had a scene in Speed Dial. And I go, yay, because that set apparently is a nightmare to shoot in.
When it comes down those stairs, like it looks a bit like a bit tight, but the Rovers is like a stage, isn't it? That's what everybody says. The Rovers.
Yes, I think that's what it is, and maybe that's why I liked it. And it is very much that you have that bar is like your stage, and then the booths are like the auditorium. So maybe that's why. But it was from everybody else used to go, "Oh, we've got a long day in the Rovers," and I go, "Yay, I love it," because every 2 minutes I could nip out, and because I'm bizarrely, I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introverted extrovert, if that makes sense.
Like a lot of actors, I think, is that.
Yeah, so I need to kind of just take a moment, and I would get off set every opportunity. Well, in the Rovers, it's brilliant because you can just go and sit on the hallway stairs.
Yeah.
And I could get out of the lights and I could get out of the noise and just do that. And there's not many other sets where you can do that. So that's why I love the Rovers. So to get back to your question, when Kate Oates told me, I was like, I'm sorry, what? And she said, you can't tell anybody. And then I thought, oh, crikey, this is a lot of pressure. But other than that, everybody else used to see it and kind of go, and I didn't see, but again, I don't see myself like that. I think, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
And I think, sometimes I can go out and then I forget that people will know who I am.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
because I'm just working.
Exactly. It's kind of how you see it.
Yeah.
Since Jenny left, like, how did it feel? Was it bittersweet when you left? What were your emotions?
I loved her. I loved Jenny's exit.
Oh, did you?
I loved Jenny's exit. Yeah, and Debbie was writing it, and I did Debbie's play a couple of years ago, so I have a really good relationship with Debbie, and she messaged me saying, I've got your last ep. So we kind of had a bit of a conversation about what I wanted and obviously what the story necessitated, but I thought she wrote a beautiful ep, and David Kester directed it superbly as well. So I was really pleased with it. Because now in soaps, you don't get, unless you're getting killed, you don't get an exit. And also, if you think of all the women that have left in the last year, 18 months, they've all decided to go off to pastures new, which, I mean, I guess you have to in the show, otherwise you'd still be on the street. But they've all had a moment and kind of gone, there's more to life.
Yeah, that was really nice, that moment of reflection. Did you feel that a bit yourself? Like, I don't think the door's closed on Jenny because she's still out there, and you never know in Soapland. But
you never know.
Did you feel
you never know?
This might be the last?
I think do I feel that? I suppose in a kind of way I do, because it was 20 years gap, and the show moves on. The show's different now, and also Jenny was on her own. She didn't have anybody else apart from Rita. You will in the show where the show is now, you can't be telling A-strand stories between me and Barbara, Jenny and Rita. They're not sustainable to do, and that's not where the show's focus is anymore. And so they'd have to bring in, I think there's been a lot of us that were like, Dan was on his own, Coulson was on his own, there's lots of people who are on their own, and I think the cast is so big, as we know. And also, just from Jenny's point of view, I don't know how that girl got out of bed.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
everybody's
interesting.
dead.
It was wrong to get away from all the death and the grief, I think.
All the death.
Yeah.
And also we were getting to the point where all the actors were going, don't put me with Sally Ann, I'll be dead. Because literally Jenny lost the love of her life every Super Soap week for 3 years on the trot.
She was a bit of a curse, really, which is unfortunate. Yeah, she's happy now. Like, are you thinking about Jenny sunning herself? Do you think she's having a happy time, or has she killed another unfortunate boyfriend off?
I think ordinarily, and I had always said this about Jenny, she had father figure men.
Yeah.
Apart from Leo, daddy issues. Every single one of them, from the married dentist that she was with. Patrice was older than her. So all the men, apart from Leo. So I think she's in Tenerife and she's gone full cougar. Unlike me, I think she's on Manjaro and she's getting a tan and she's gone full cougar. Yeah.
What about
try it?
If Corrie are listening, would you be interested in going to Tenerife and doing the Cougar era Jenny spin-off show? How about that?
Oh, go on then. Let's just twist my arm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I think she's busy buddies with somebody, a bit like the Liverbirds. Do you remember? But for the modern era, two women of a certain age living together, and all their man issues and getting their nails done and their hair done.
I really hope Jenny's happy because she did deserve a break, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, both of us needed a break. It was kind of, I think the story had come to a natural end. Jenny couldn't have stayed in the Rovers on her own. Yeah, that it's too big a set. You needed a group of people. And for me, after Charlie went, I loved working with Charlie so much. Again, like Barbara, we kind of played tennis with each other, if you like.
We knew that Rita and Jenny, wasn't it? Daisy and became like a Rita and Jenny relationship in a way.
Yeah, it really did. So that makes it, when you're in there 7 till 7, 5 days a week, who you work with makes a tremendous difference to your day and your enjoyment of it. And the idea of starting up another relationship with somebody and being lucky enough that it would work. It would work because you don't know. I don't think I had the energy for it. So because I think again, she'd been held hostage 4 times in the Rovers
in a week, probably.
So I think, and there's only so many times you can go and unless you've gone, oh, not again.
Yeah, exactly. Is there, like you say, part of you feels like it's done, but it never really is done in soap, and because you had that 20-year gap before from playing the character. What would tempt you back, do you think? Is it too soon to think about it? What would tempt?
Oh, it's too soon. It's too soon. I mean, I think as well, because I don't live in Manchester, I was away from home for nearly 11 years.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
So that's a lot. And not only that, it's such a juggernaut, the show, because it has to be, because the amount that they produce. As soon as I left, the quiet was enormous. You don't even realize that there, from the constant emails of script amends to schedule changes to notifications.
It's a full-on.
It's relentless. And once you're on it and you're on that treadmill, as I was for a long time, because I was in story after story after story after story, the last year, 18 months really, had really quietened down. And I was finding that more frustrating because I was going away from home to work. And actually, I was going away from home to sit in my little Manchester flat for a couple of days and then do a scene.
Sure.
Which is, if you live up there, it's a great job because you can do normal things and do life and then do a bit of work. But for me, I was getting a bit like, come on. And it had not been my experience of Corrie at all. My experience there had been constant. Yeah. So when it started to slow down, I was a bit like, what do I do with myself now? Yeah. But then when it stopped, I went, I breathe. That's what I do.
Yeah, so like a sense of kind of, for now it's closure, and you're kind of, sounds like, and you've walked into this amazing, great job on Here and Now. So it's all, you're in a good place, Sal. Is that how you kind of sum it?
I feel re-energized, and I think hopefully that's what's happening to Jenny as well. So I say, I'm never say never, but I think, for both of us, we needed a jab up the backside and a boost of B12 and some vitamin D and going, yay, live life. And this is a joyous company. I'm loving being around all these youngsters who are just starting off in the career. And yesterday, one of them got an amazing job yesterday, which I'm not going to tell you about, but she got a brilliant job. And we were all just screaming with joy for her. And whole night, we never let her forget that she got it, and she was on cloud 9. And it's a really lovely to be part of that, because it's what Corrie used to be in the old days, because we rehearsed and we knew each other. Corrie, now you can be in the same show as somebody and not actually ever meet them.
Yeah, it's so big
because of the way it has to be shot. So I really missed that camaraderie. So yeah, hopefully that's what would tempt me back. That's what would tempt me back, is if it was more able to be more of a community feel, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And back at how it was, I guess.
And last few questions. Are you watching Corrie? Have you got time? Have you tuned in to see what Eva Price is doing with your bar?
No, I haven't. Do you know, I've not watched it since just after Uncle Stephen died.
Oh, Uncle
I didn't watch. Yeah, I've not watched since then. I did watch my last episode purely because I was doing an interview about it, so I watched it in advance. But that's the only one I've watched. I didn't watch Charlie's Exit, so no, I've not watched. I mean, I kind of help. My mum watches it, so I kind of find out what's going on.
You know what everyone's up to through you.
Yeah, and then obviously I'm still in touch with a lot of them, so I find out bits and bobs that see if they're involved in storylines. So yeah, I kind of know what's going on. And but for me, it's more finding out who's doing things, who's got engaged, who's getting married in real life, not on show life. And those are the people and things I'd miss. I think the thing I miss the most is the makeup room. I hated getting my hair and makeup done. Hated it because I just I haven't got the patience to sit still. But I loved that room for the warmth and the chatter, and yeah, that was the kind of the community room, and I do miss the people there.
Yeah, as a lot of people say, actually the hair and makeup room that's your first place you go in the morning. It's where you kind of come to life, and it's where
and it's where and they're amazing, knowing what your mood is, whether you've got a busy day, whether you want to chat, whether you don't want to chat. So I miss that room.
I'm sure they miss you as well. And my last question, controversial, and it may be too soon, but you ran the Rovers. Would you be up for running the Queen Vic, or the Wool Pot, or the Dog in the Pond? Is there another soap?
Well, I've never done Hollyoaks.
It's the only one, isn't it? Because you don't. I know you.
Yeah, I mean, I did. What was it called? It wasn't called E17. That was a band. It was called E something else.
E20.
The EastEnders could have been that. Yeah. I did that.
Yeah,
the spin-off thing. Because I remember I had scenes with June Brown. So I've kind of done EastEnders, but not really done EastEnders. I mean,
another part, because people do that all the time, don't they? They pop back years later as someone toast.
Yeah, but I think it would be really interesting. There's no reason why Jenny can't come back from Tenerife and then settle herself in Walford.
Oh,
and she's given herself a different name. But yeah, so you never kind of learn. Occasionally she said, "Yeah, I've got family up north," but that's it.
Oh my goodness. And would it be that
they've never done that kind of soap cross?
No, they haven't. That's quite interesting. Obviously, we've had Corrie Dale, and that was all very exciting, and Brookside and Hollyoaks.
Yeah.
So, Enders and Corrie, and Jenny is the link. I am here for that, I think.
Yeah. So that was my idea. I remember saying that, of course, about 12 years ago to DTC when he was the boss, and he was like, "ITV would kill me if I stole that character." Well, you're not stealing her.
Well, she's available, Walford, if you're listening. That would be...
Exactly.
That would be...
But wouldn't that be fun? And every now and again, somebody would say, come and get on a tram. She'd go, I'll walk, thanks.
Triggering. Trams are triggering for the Bradleys.
But that's it, just a little... No more said.
So, and maybe a wink to the audience, just so if you know, you know.
Yeah. Just so if you know, you know. Yeah.
Well, Sally, we could chat all day. It's been so lovely to talk to you. Good luck with the rest of the Here and Now tour.
Come and see us.
Please.
Come and see us.
Please, go and see it. Check it out. And we hope to speak to you again very soon. Always a friend of Inside Soap. So thank you for your time today. It's been great to catch up.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Soap Scoop will be back very soon with more chat and spoilers. Bye for now.